Guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Magic Duels. So our first opponent here is going to be Baral's lieutenant as he sieges Chandra's home, killing her parents. There is a slight inconsistency in what's going on here, and that is that in her story, the reason she fails to save her parents is because her dad has covered her in some kind of steam converting machine here because she beat the tiger with fire. All the townspeople got worried. So her dad invents this machine that turns her pyromancy into steam. This is a terrible hand. That's arguably worse, but Ember Mahelian on turn 5 is pretty great all on its own, and we're on the play, so it's like our first turn is free. Yeah. If I remember correctly, Chandra beats the wildlife, giant, wildebeest, whatever. Townsfolk get worried. I think they move again. And then her father gives her a machine that she wears that converts all of her pyromancy to steam, and then when the army attacks, she can't fend them off with her magic to save anybody. I'm quite fine with you jailing my young pyromancer with impressive raise. That's not a problem. The only real problem with that is that now when I go to attack, it's going to want me to pay 3 mana to attack, and if I push the attack with all button, even though I don't have the mana, it's gonna put it up there, so that's kind of a pain. If I push the attack button, it's gonna say, oh, you can't pay 3, which is how it should work. You declare all your attackers, and then after they're all declared, you check and see, why did I pump that? Why didn't I pump that? I was talking. And then you see if they actually can be declared as attackers. And here he's got a Banishing Priest. The thing he oppressive raised because he drew a Banishing Priest later, so that's kind of cool. Seems like a thing. This is like the best goddamn enchantment ever. But I think what I'm going to do here is go to Ravaging Blaze to banish a priest. Well, here, let's attack first. Because if he'll block, with his Banisher Priest, I can just pay 1 to trade. Thinking, do I want to kill it? No, we'll go. He'll take his damage. I can kill it on his turn. These are both instants, so. And then there's a part of me that wanted to put Arcane Teachings on there so that if I draw Ember Mahelian, I can just shock it by tapping, but that leaves me open to 2-for-1s because his deck, if I remember correctly, is all Banisher Priest, Pacifisms, Arrests, Fate's Fetters, Oppressive Raise, stuff like that. We're gonna kill this. Banisher Priest. Get our Pyromancer back from exile. We're not going to block anything because there's nothing attacking us, and he can cast his Grand Abolisher, which is we can't do anything during his turn, which is actually a huge pain, but not so bad all things considered, especially since we can just do Flames of Firebrand 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll get a token. We can pump the Pyromets. Fire Heasterman here. Fire Charger, that's what it's called. And we'll attack both our guys for 4 damage. Boom. The box. Takes me 13. We'll probably draw some kind of arrest here. It's a Bladed Sentinel, which is actually, of all the things he could be playing, like the least influential since we got the Chandra's Outrage to deal with it here. We do have 2 instants of sorcery in our graveyard, which is pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is Chandra's Outrage the creature, because then we get to attack for 4, and he takes 2. Whereas the other option was to put Arcane Teachings on my young Pyromancer, and then just shock him for 1 at the end of the turn. Or try and offer a bad trade where he just loses his guy. Here's the Faith's Fetters. He's probably going to put that on the Pyro-Charger. That's fine. The worst part of that is basically just that he gains full life. I really just want to draw a Mountain for this Endemol Hellion. That's still not it. But I think since he's going to leave us open, we'll put a Arcane Teachings on our Pyromancer now. And we will go to the attack step and attack for 6. Boom. Blocks, 6 damage, takes him down to 5. He's going to need another Faith's Feathers to not be dead here. And if he plays a creature, I can Fiery Impulse at the end of the turn. He got a Prison Term, which is an arrest that costs an extra white instead of a colorless, and he can pay to move it. It does prevent us from activating our abilities, so we can't just shot. He's got a Prison Term and token? Alright. Well, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Deals 2 damage, tries to choose 1 or 2 of the points. I think if I play... I'm trying to figure... Oh, yeah, because they was tapped. I got 1 damage there, that puts him at 4. This puts him at 1. This puts him at 2. Both of them leave up the Fiery Impulse for what he plays. So I think we go Chandra's Phoenix here. Because if they kills the Phoenix, then I can get it. Oh, he's moved the Prison Term. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to pass the turn. And we will attack for 2 tokens instead. This is still Prison Term, right? So it puts him at 3, so now we have lethal here with the Flames of the Firebrand. Fire Impulse can't hit a player, it can only hit a creature. But it definitely kills whatever creature he'll probably play, if any. Or he'll just arrest a token. That's fine too. I'm going to stop the timer and I'm going to actually kill my Phoenix. Just so that we get another token here. And then the Phoenix. Yeah, okay, I see. Interesting. So I thought I had a cool trick, but I didn't. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to poke him 3 times here. And he's dead. What I was trying to do there was... Oh, God. I'll wait for all the prison terms to resolve. Was I was going to kill the Phoenix because if he had some sort of like Angel's Mercy or something to gain life at instant speed, which I thought he might have, then I have another token to attack from the end of the turn, and then when I burn him, if I burn him, because if he was Angel's Mercy, I would still burn him and still take damage. It would bring my Chandra's Phoenix back to my hand. Instead, he moved the Prison Term on because I got the token before the Phoenix dies, so Prison Term was still around. Which was an interesting little interaction I didn't quite think all the way through and see, but it didn't really matter. He didn't have the Angel's Mercy, so we had him. And now is Chandra's final boss. The man with the sick arm blade, Captain Baral. So now we have Chandra's Ignitions in the deck. There they are. In fact, this is a pretty sick hand, really. Chandra's Outrage. Yeah, I'll keep that. Sucks to not be on the play when you're playing Red Deck Wins, but whatever. And he's going to play a Steel Wall, which means we're going to need to build up a team to get past him. Right now we're not doing that. So Outrage is 4 damage to a creature to its controller. Ignition is super good. There's all sorts of like R. Kelly jokes to be made here. And what do we got? Fire Charger. I think I'm gonna go with the Pyromancer first. I don't think he has any sort of like crazy shenanigans going on, like the arrests or anything. Not that the resting of Pyromancer really does anything to it. Alright, what do we got here? Stealer of Secrets, combat damage to a player, draw a card. Okay. Okay. I might Fire Impulse that. I might. I'm probably gonna blast the wall with the Outrage. I'd like to hold the Impulse so I can get the 3 out of it, but you know what I mean? If all it's gonna be is... like, is 3 damage really worth it? If he doesn't actually play anything better. And this way, I can get in for 1 damage. Because his wall will block my Pyromancer, and then the Pyro Charger gets through. Now, I think this is okay. Then he's going to play Claustrophobia on the Pyro Charger. Which, I mean, that's fine. And then he's not going to have anything else to do. So we untap, we go to 4 mana. We can actually just Manic Vandal that wall away, which seems like a way better use than our Chandra damage. And then we can attack for 3 here. And then we save the Outrage for later when he has something a little more valuable than an 0-4 to kill with it. I really don't like how I have to continue every time because of Pyro Charger. Alright, so we got another Steel Wall, so I guess now we'll Outrage the Steel Wall so we can get through. Embermont Hellion next turn is going to be sweet. If we draw land next turn. Arcane Denial. Counter spells controller may draw up to 2 cards in the next turn's upkeep. You draw a card. Isn't that from, like, Alliances? I don't think I've ever seen it with that art. But, that's okay. We still get the token, I guess. We still attack with everything, and he'll take 3 damage from it. Which means he's taking 3 and not 5. Can, like, revenge block the, wall here. So draw. I'm going to draw 2 cards. There's my land for the Embermaw Hellion. He's going to get a Rogue's Passage to get his wall through, I guess. Whatever. Play a mountain. We'll play Embermaw Hellion. And we'll attack with everybody. He will take 4 here. But it'll be 7 because of Embermaw Hellion. So put him at 6. And now Sean's Ignition is lethal off of a Fire Elemental. It's got this Goliath Sphinx that's kind of a problem. But I think what we can do here is attack with everything and then Ignition using the Hellion and we win. So let's do that. Let's go to our attack step. We'll attack with everything and we'll pull the Hellion back so that it doesn't eat that. And then we confirm our attack. He'll block 2 things. He'll take 4 there, which puts him at 2. And now I can Chandra's Ignition with basically anything, but we're going to pick the Hellion because it's the best thing in the world. Kills everything on the board except the Hellion. He takes a ton of damage, and we win. Not hard at all. And then we get to watch our little PS2 era cutscene. This one looks a little derpier. That motion didn't look great. The stumbling on his model looks a little weird. And then she ends up in Regatha where the Fire Monks say funny things that Yaya Ballard just once said. I'm trying to think of, oh. There's, one of the... No, I can't remember it. One of the red spells says something to the effect of course I fight fire with fire, I fight everything with fire. Yaya Ballard. And since she made those monks, the running joke is, well, They quote, yeah, whenever possible. So we've still got some time here. I'm thinking we go into battle mode. And we will take a look at our deck here. 5-color good stuff. And we'll see what we've got that isn't that good as far as good stuff. I'm a little iffy on the Blazing Hellhound and the Angelic Edict. So let's see if we can find something better than those. Nimbus Wings isn't really good because we're not really running planes. The Tactician's okay. It's not great. Frostlinks is okay. It's not great. Shadows of the Past is kind of cool. Bones Control is kind of cool. Rise from the Grave I still think is great, but I think I've already got 2 in here, so I don't think I really want another one. Gear Pro Greer Crafter is interesting. Scrapyard Mongrel's pretty good. Elvish Visionary is actually pretty good. I think I kind of like Elvish Visionary more than Blazing Hellhound here. Where did the Elvish Visionary go? There it is. Drawing a card, getting a body seems a little better. And I think we're okay. I don't think our mana changed that bad. So we'll go back out here. And we'll start a solo battle, and we'll do our hard solo battle. We'll see how it goes. I know when Toby did the computer mulligan to 4, I did not know the computer could mulligan, let alone that it could mulligan to 4. I just assumed that the computer, especially on the hardest difficulty, would just be stacked. And, like, the whole game would be rigged and you'd be fighting an uphill battle. Apparently not. Apparently I can mull to 4. But let's see what we get here. 2 lands for a Gatekeeper Vine. Get Mirrors, Telling Time, Traverse Instinct. This seems fine. We'll play the Drowned Catacomb first. He mulled to 5, so I guess it can mull. That's kind of interesting. Maybe this will be just a complete wash again. Although my deck's pretty slow here. We definitely want the Swamp for the Murklicker more than we want a Mountain for Traitorous Instinct. So we're going to grab the Swamp. We'll grab the Graveyard Swamp because it looks better. I wish I could pick my land art that went in my deck, but I don't get that option, so oh well. I'll play the second island, and I don't imagine he's going to have anything. Still on 5. We'll draw another Gatekeeper Vine, but I think the Murklicker is going to do more for us here. What we can do is if we don't see a land next turn, we can Gatekeeper Vine for a mountain and then play a Perilous Mirror. Or leave up mana for Telling Time. Either one will work fine. Play Simic Guildgate. And continue to not have anything, which almost makes you want to get the life gain on the Murklicker here, but I'm going to stick to doing this the way I propose to do it. Okay, Gatekeeper Vine. We will get the mountain. We have all these mountains. Not really like any of these arts. We'll grab that one. Play the mountain, and we'll play a Perilous Mirror. And then we'll punch him with a Murklicker. Boom. I think the most frustrating thing right now, outside of him not actually playing the game, which makes it kind of boring, is that my Murklicker is sandwiched between my Gatekeeper Vines. Herald of the Pantheon, enchantments cost 1 less, maybe cast one, gain a life. Okay. So draw a Sunblade Elf. I think we're going to go to attack step first here. We'll attack with both of our guys here. We'll see how he blocks, if at all. He's not going to block, so because I want to play... I'll play Perilous Mirror and leave Telling Time up, so I'm not going to get the lifelink buff here. It's not super necessary, none of my guys are that big that I care. We'll play the Perilous Mirror. We could play a 1/1 elf that can't get a buffs, or we could Telling Time, so I think I think in the effort of trying to make a land drop, I am going to make my telling time, actually. There's the plains. And then I will leave a Gatekeeper Mine on top. And play plains. And I kind of wish I'd done that first, because now I can play a Sunlight Elf, and it would be a 2-2, but oh well. And he's going to come at me here. I'll throw a Gatekeeper Mine under that, just to make sure nothing sketchy happens. I could trade the Perilous Mirror for it, but I don't think I need to right now. So we've got a Whirler Rogue. Against Battlefield, put 2 Thopters into play, and you can tap 2 untapped Thopters to make something unblockable. Okay. There's 2 Thopters. So there's a lot of things in play right now. If I use this, I'm going to need to get a forest for the Sunblade Elf. What do we want to do here? Let's do that. We'll get a swamp instead for the Erebos' Titan. And in hindsight, I should have tapped this way better so that I could actually play the Titan right away. But since I didn't, we're going to give lifelink 2 things, maybe? We'll attack and we'll see. Depending on blocks here. Okay, so everything is going on this Merc Lurker. We're going to kill that guy first. Those guys are going to survive. We're going to give the Merc Lurker lifelink. And we might as well use our mana left over to give like a Perilous Mirror lifelink. Well, we still have the ability and nothing else to do with it. We'll kill the 2-2. We'll leave him the 2-1-1 flyers. It's a little sketchy, but I like the idea of being able to trade her instincting to flyer for a lightning bolt. Talent of the Telepath. Interesting. It looks like he failed to hit a target, which I'm not entirely surprised by. There aren't a whole lot of great targets for that. And I'm going to toss another Gatekeeper Vine under that 2 mana, or the 2-2 there. And then we will draw. Alright, so we've got a Telling Time, which if we do, we can't play Erebos' Titan. We want Erebos' Titan. And we'll play the Sunlight Elf because it's a 2-2. And then we'll go to combat and attack with our 2 mirrors, because if they eat 1 mirror, if he trades a Thopter for a mirror, he's losing his bear. And of course he's not going to make that trade. It's a bear, right? Yeah, it's bear. And now we got a 5-5 here. And they're going to come at me for 2 in the air, that's fine. And now I have mana up for the field buff with the Sunblade Elf, which means I think I just attack with everything again. Although, taking the Juggernaut with Traitorous Instinct would mean I could also play a Merc Lurker, so let's do that. This seems like a good... Oh, I can Telling Time instead. Why did that cost me 1 more? Oh, Traitorous Instinct costs 4. Okay. Well, I guess we'll Telling Time then. And we will take a Nightfire Giant. I should have taken the land, actually. That was a bad mistake. Because I can play the land there. I can't play the Nightfire Giant. 7 for us to attack. We'll attack with the Titan. We'll attack with the 1-1. We'll attack with the 1-1. And we'll go. We'll leave the Elf back because he'll probably just end up trading it. Although it does mean he takes the 2 damage in the mirrors instead. And then he goes to 4. And he'll play a Ring Warden Owl. So now I'm in a position where I can just kind of sandbag off a Nightfire Giant, but I think I'm going to go for lifelinking the Erebos' Titan and punching that. I'm going to block that. Get another Gatekeeper Vine off my board. Draw a card. It's going to be a land that I left there. So we can play Nightfire Giant or a Merc Lurker. If we play a Merc Lurker, we can give lifelink to something. I think we want the Nightfire Giant more as far as actually getting through here. And we will swing with our Giant. Because those definitely want to swing. If he blocks the Perilous Mirror, things die. I think he's just gonna chump the Titan, go to 3, 2. He can punch me for 4 in the air, but I don't think he can really afford the punch right now. Claustrophobia on the Titan seems like a good idea, but I still got this giant that I can untap and shock him, so he's definitely still dead. Unless he can bounce my giant. That has to attack. So I'm just going to take it. I guess if I wanted to go for a perfect game, I could have chumped it with the elf, but I don't need to. I'm just going to untap, and I'm going to shock him. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. Boom. And we won our solo battles. So all we have left to do is Nisa's story. As soon as it confirms that I did win. So we have 15 coins. And we're good to go. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you like the video, make sure you press your like button, show your support. That helps a whole lot. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.